everyone coming in. I just wanted to hop on in case you have any last minute things you're trying to figure out with the new shop design, or problems or any questions I might be able to answer before it goes live tomorrow for everyone. So welcome. If you got my newsletter last night, you know that I mentioned that I shortened my shop announcement down to like 2 lines. It was super, super long. And I tweaked my policies and kind of polished them up a little bit more. Oh, great. I'm glad you're here, Amy. If you're new, I am Melissa from MakerySpace.com, where I like to equip and educate Etsy sellers in the more left-brained aspects of running their business. And we've been talking quite a bit over the last week or two about the new shop design and things that you can do to make it go more smoothly. The fact that it's going to flip over and switch no matter what. If you do nothing, it will still switch over. But there were a couple things that I recommended doing before the switch. One of them being, is there a way to just use the cover photo on mobile? No. If you use a cover photo, okay, re-ask me that in a second. If you use a cover photo, if you use a cover photo, it's going to show both on desktop and mobile. It's just going to be mobile responsive, so it'll be shrunk down on mobile. If you use just a banner, it will not show on the mobile app. It'll just show in a browser. If you use nothing, obviously, there won't be anything there. Okay, someone had asked me about images, and I did not catch that question, so if you want to repost it, you can. So one thing I was recommending is the rearrange feature. They just did a tweak of that a few days ago. So if you want to be able to rearrange in the classic view using pages, so you can send something to page 4 or send something from page 5 to page 1 or whatever, you can do that and get it to stick in the new design, but I have a feeling it's probably only through today, because I think they'll probably take that away, I'm just guessing, when the switch happens, because you aren't going to be able to rearrange in classic view anymore. So what you can do is rearrange. That's a really good question, Jillian. I should look into that. I am not positive. I'm going to check into that. If you rearrange in the classic view today, then you can go into your new shop edit mode, and then you can choose to arrange according to your custom sort, which means the way you have it in your classic view. When you click that, you will see your listings rearranged to the way you had them in classic view. It could take a little bit if you have like hundreds of items in your shop. But once you do it that way, it will match up with the rearranging you did in classic view, and it will stay that way. Then, as you add new items to your shop, or maybe renew a listing that was sold out, you'll just have to put that one listing into place. And you can do that. I did verify that when you go in and to rearrange, and each box is numbered, each thumbnail is numbered. If you want a listing that you just renewed or just listed brand new to be like in the 20th spot in your shop, and you change that to number 20, it will bump all the rest down. So then you can just deal with one at a time after the new shop design takes hold. But if you want to avoid doing all the dragging from, having to click see more items, see more items, see more items to get all the items in your shop to show, and then, sorry, I got to get rid of a notification, and then have to drag things a long ways. If you want to avoid that, do all your major rearranging today in classic view, and then go into your new shop design edit view and choose to arrange it by that custom sort you just did. So that's just a new feature they introduced a few days ago to help deal with the bridge between the old view and the new view when it comes to rearranging. So that's the top thing I recommend getting done before the change, because the other things you can still do later, but you're probably not going to have the opportunity for this ease of rearranging once the new view takes hold, unless they do some tweaking to the rearrange function later down the road. And then the shop announcement, the reason I shortened mine to 2 lines is because or an extra section of your policies, and I just moved some of my information down there from my shop announcement. So my shop announcement literally doesn't even have the read more option. It's just 2 lines and that's it. Yeah, I shortened it a lot. Yeah, there really wasn't anything in there that I couldn't put somewhere else. And because everything's on the page and nobody really has to click read more to see it, then I feel a little bit better about it being seen. In fact, it might be seen more now that everything's scroll down and you see the policies than before, because there are probably a lot of people that never clicked read more on the shop announcement. Okay, any other questions? I know Angela had sent me a message earlier saying that her rearrange your shop link on the left was not even there, and it's enabled in her options, the rearrange your shop thing. So hopefully they'll get that sorted out for her in bugs, and she'll be able to do the rearranging. Has anyone else had that issue where your rearrange option went away in Classic View? You got rid of your long shop announcement. And then I think someone else had sent me a question today that I answered. Yours went away too? Yikes. No, can you post it again, Kareth? I think yours was the question that I missed. I was answering something else and I didn't get to read it. Should we use different info on the banner and your square? Yes, I definitely did that because your shop icon is so close to either your cover image or banner now. I think having the same thing on there is really repetitive. So I used my tagline on my cover photo instead of my business name, because my business name is on my shop icon. So I do recommend mixing up a bit. I think they should coordinate and complement each other. But if they have the exact same thing on them, it's kind of repetitive and unnecessary, because on both browser and mobile, they're really close together and someone will see them at the same time. Whereas before they were separated, your banner was at the top and your shop icon was down farther in the left-hand sidebar. Angie, I'm sorry, yours is still not working. I noticed someone else said that theirs was gone too, so that is really a bummer. Oh, I know. Angie Gordon had asked me about, she had her social media links in her shop announcement, and she was asking what she should do with those. So on your About page, there's places where you can have the hyperlinks to where you are on social media. But I also put it like in the FAQs section of my policies in case someone misses it in my About section. So there's some places you can put it in there if you had it in your shop announcement, if you don't want to keep it there and have your shop announcement too long. Any other questions? Okay, so hopefully you'll be ready to switch over under the website link. Yeah, you could do that for sure. They don't give you a ton of options for social media, but that would be a good idea for website to put your link to your email sign-up form. I do have it just written out on my About page, but I'm not sure if they've changed anything. There might have changed a tiny bit of wording. I know they added something about payment options, but I'm not sure they've done much to change any of the wording that people were disliking in their canned policies. Anything else? Okay. Well, keep those topic and question requests coming to melissa@makeryspace.com as well, or you can go to makeryspace.com/scope, and you can scroll down and there's a form you can fill out if you want to request a topic or ask a question. No, I have not, Amy, but I just clicked through that link the other day because I'm really curious. So it's something that I plan on looking into. Has anyone else used Kit? I haven't even really read everything that it does, and so, but I noticed Etsy was mentioned, and so I was just curious to look into it and see what it does. I haven't really heard much review as far as using it as an Etsy seller. Alrighty, well, I will sign off for today. It's what is the website for it? I'm gonna look that up. Yeah, it's called Kit. Yeah, of course, Googling Kit Etsy is going to just bring up a bunch of listings that you can buy a kit for something on Etsy. Shoot, I think I had it open in my a bazillion tabs that are open. Does anyone know the website for Kit right off the top of your head? Kit software, that's a good idea. Yeah, I know I have it open here somewhere. Yeah, Kit CMT, that's right. Oh yeah, so it's kitcrm.com. Yes, that's right. Thank you for putting that in there. So it's kind of like it's a way to market your store, and I think you can schedule things kind of like you would do with Buffer or Hootsuite. Isn't that the idea, Amy? But it's more for it's more for people with a store, not maybe those other ones are tailored more towards a blog. So just look into it. I'm definitely going to check into it and maybe try it. They probably have a free trial. As far as your policy, that's really a personal decision. I am keeping my own policies because I've developed them over time in response to different circumstances that I have faced with customers and questions that have come up that I don't feel are adequately covered in the new canned policies. And Etsy has also said that anything we have just in the frequently asked questions section will not be considered a policy thing if a case is opened. So I really want to keep my policies right now, and I'm just going to watch to see if anything happens with my items. I'm going to keep tabs on a few of my items and see if anything happens to them in search. I really don't expect anything to, because we're not supposed to be getting penalized if we don't use their policies. I just think that people that have none and start using them might see a little bit of a boost because they are going from none to theirs. They say there'll be a little bit of boost if you start using theirs regardless, but you know, they also said that about pages and having your policies filled out in general and several other things. And I've never heard of anybody going, wow, I filled out my about page and my policies and my items just went up in search. You know, it's just a small piece of it. So for me, having my well-developed policies in place is way more important to me right now than maybe a teensy little effect on search. But I'm going to keep my eye on it, of course, just to make sure. Yeah, I'm not really loving it. Do I use, no, I don't have an inventory management thing I've used. I had CraftyBase for a while a couple years ago, and I just didn't keep up with it. So my inventory is mostly just on paper right now. Yeah, if you do custom work, that can add to what you need in your policies for sure. You know, because I'm guessing that Etsy knows that Aweber does what they do as far as getting emails from your Etsy orders, and they don't automatically add anybody to your list, your email list. You know, they get an email inviting them to your list, and they still have to opt in. And so I think that if it was an issue, Etsy would be revoking their API and not letting Aweber use that. So I think it would be a problem, like I said, if Aweber was automatically adding customers to your email list, but they're not. So if you use that integration, you still just want to make sure that you're only inviting customers to your list and never adding them unless they've gone through the opt-in process. So that is my take on that. For those of you who don't know what she's talking about, Aweber integrates with Etsy in such a way that it pulls customer emails from your orders so that you can send an email inviting those customers to be added to your email list. It's the only email marketing service that I know of at this point that has that kind of an integration with Etsy. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Sorry I had to scope late today. On days that I do my weekly blab, that's just going to happen. Sometimes I'll have a chance to hop on before, but sometimes it's going to have to be after. But tomorrow should be around my regular time of 10:30 Pacific. Have a great rest of your day.